Hi guys, Rob here and back again today with another unboxing and model kit review. Now this is the brand new Pininfarina P45 Competizione or Glickenhaus P45 Competizione, and this is made by the same company that makes the road going version, the P45. Now I built this model kit a while back. And I had a lot of fun with it, and overall it was a really good kit with lots and lots of detail. And yeah, so I thought I would give their new kit a go. Now I paid for this kit; it wasn't given to me for free, and I bought it off eBay from a seller called Model DNA. Now the manufacturer, I believe, is called Model K. I'll put all the details in the description box below this video, but I believe it's the same seller. So this resin kit cost US $115 plus shipping, and that was an eBay price. So let's have a look. So we'll just put that to the side. Now it's funny, I'm doing an unboxing, but technically half of this didn't come in a box. So just the main body here is wrapped in some bubble wrap. It was well packaged and it got to me no problem without any damage. So reasonably happy with that. So you've got the interior pan and the roll cage. This is all together as one unit. And then all the other parts are in this cardboard box. Now we'll go through that in a minute. So we'll have a look at the body first. So as I say, there's three parts here together. This is the main body. Now, as with the first kit that I got from them, the road-going version of the P45, the detail was really quite good in the body. It's a pretty good casting, lots of detail, lots of open vents all throughout the body. The inside's a bit rough, but you don't see that when the model kit all goes together. The only complaint I have is there is actually a little bit of resin flashing. Not sure whether you can see all that, just in these vents. So these need to be cleaned up with a hobby knife just to get rid of that excess resin. And it's the same in these little vents on the side. There's a couple of little dags of resin on the bottom and the side skirts, but as with all resin kits, this will need a little bit of clean up before it's painted and assembled. So as I say, just using an X-Acto knife will clean out some of this flashing here, and just using a file to remove some of the rough edges of the casting. But overall I think the body is actually quite good, quite a bit of detail. I may also go through with a panel line scriber and make the panel lines a little bit deeper, but other than that I'm reasonably happy with the way this body is cast. All the vents are all open throughout the whole body, so that's what sort of makes these models fun to build, and they look really good when they're finished because there's no blocked off vents at all. Everything is open. So yeah, pretty impressed with that so far. The chassis is just molded in one piece, so this has all the mounting holes already for the wheel hubs to be glued into. It does incorporate the front splitter of the bodywork, and it does incorporate the interior pan as well. Now there's a little bit of cast detail in the back here, some access panels, electronic boxes, and yeah, there's actually no engine detail in this model because the Competizione has a closed engine lid here, so no engine detail to speak of that I know of. So yeah, that's the interior pan. The bottom is just completely flat, so that may just be painted black, or you could go to the extra effort of putting carbon fibre decal on the whole bottom. Not sure how I'm going to build this yet. And the other piece you get here is this, looks like a bird cage. This is the actual roll cage for the interior of this Competizione. Now that actually has some locating holes mounted into the chassis here for the interior, so that will actually fit in quite nicely and surround all the interior. So again, the part is cast pretty well. but there is a little bit of flashing on the actual resin part that needs a little bit of a clean up. But yeah, overall, pretty impressed with that so far. So they're the parts, as I say, that come together packaged like that. And yeah, once it's all cleaned up and built, it's going to be a really cool looking model. So yeah, that's it so far for that. Now let's have a look at the box of parts. So we've got a few bags here with separate pieces. We'll get these all out. Some more larger pieces in the second bag. The third bag has the wheels and a racing seat in it. We'll put that to the side. We've got a fourth bag which has some clear parts, which is the clear canopy and the headlight lenses. So we'll put that over there. We've got a little decal sheet as well. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have the Glickenhaus decals, but yeah, that's something that we'll look at. Maybe have to get some custom decals made for that. But that's a decal sheet. And you do also get one very large photo etched metal sheet as well. Just checking if there's any Glickenhaus badges on this. I don't think there is. So yeah, that's it has a Ferrari horse, but there's no Ferrari badges going on this model. It is a Glickenhaus race car. So anyway, not to worry. So let's have a look at this bag first with the wheels. Now, one complaint that I did have with the original kit was that the tyres were not rubber, they were actually resin. I think there's different sizes here. Yeah, so as you can see, the wheels are actually quite good. They're a multi-spoke design, but again, you can see that there's quite a bit of resin flashing on these parts, so you will have to go through with the X-Acto knife and clean all that flashing out. But yeah, the disappointing part is that they've used resin for the tyres again. Now, if you're going to all this, effort of making a detailed kit, and you can cast all these detailed parts in resin, why not supply some rubber tyres? So I'm going to try and find some actual rubber tyres in my spares box because I don't want to put a solid resin tyre on there. So that's a little bit disappointing that they've used resin for the tyres, but the rims are okay, and you do get this little driver's seat as well. So this is, again, cast pretty well. Again, it does need a little bit of a clean up on some of the seam lines. So yeah, what I see so far, a little bit more cleanup required with the parts out of this Competizione kit. Let's open up this bag. So this part, we actually have the clear canopy. Now this is much clearer. This is thermoformed, I believe. Now the original P45 the road going P45, the canopy did have a few little marks in the plastic, and that was one of my criticisms, that the canopy needed to be formed out of a much clearer piece of plastic. Well, I'm not sure whether they saw my review or they've just progressed, but this piece is nice and clear. There seems to be no distortion or impurities in it, which is really good. Now the other piece you get in here is the headlight lenses. So this has the headlights basically the same as the road going version, and these are just thermoformed as well. So these need to be trimmed out and actually fitted into the body. So that's a good improvement over the last kit, having that super clear canopy. That's going to make a world of difference to the model, just having that clear part. We'll put that off to the side. This next big bag here looks like we have the dashboard and some aero parts. So yeah, we do. We have the big rear under tray diffuser here. That looks pretty good. There's not too much cleanup required on that one. What have we got here? I think that may be for the hood vent. Maybe goes underneath there, something like that. So I'd say that's probably what that's for. Hood vent, radiator, shroud. You have the dashboard here, which is really very basic piece, but maybe we can put some flocking on here, little instrumentation decal on there. So yeah, that's a really basic piece, that one. This could be this is a bracket to go in the rear, I believe. That looks like it's for the tail lights here and exhaust pipes, so that will fit behind the mesh. We've got the rear wing, of course, which does, as you can see here, there's more flashing on here. This will need a bit of a clean up, and it does have a little bit of a curve to it as well, so we may have to apply a little bit of heat to that just to straighten that part. These look like the door trims for the inside, so again, just a very basic part, but maybe we can put some carbon fiber decal on these to make these look more interesting as well. And we've just got another little small piece here. I'm not sure what that is at this stage. I'll have to wait until I get into the kit to check it out. Maybe that's something to, that might be an extra, yeah, that's an extra part for the rear wing. So it's a two-bladed wing design, so yeah, that's going to need a little bit of a clean up as well. There's a bit of a rough resin edge on that one. I'm not sure whether you can see that, and that's got a bit of a bend in it as well. Now we've got some other little parts in here. Not quite sure what those little panels are. There's some little square rectangular pieces. I'll have to wait until I get into the build of the kit. And we've got some other pieces there. They look like wing end plates. So yeah, that's that bag done. Now we've got lots of little parts in this last bag. So so far, lots and lots of parts in these kits. Makes them really fun to build. You can see there we've got some clear resin cast tail lights, and it looks like, oh yeah, that's the center of the tail light. So two-part tail lights, an outer and an inner part. That was another criticism I had with the original model. The tail lights were actually cast in a really dirty coloured resin, and I ended up having to paint the outside of the tail light. So this is a lot better. They're super clear, or not super clear, but they are quite clear. So you can usually just paint the inside red and they'll look a lot more transparent. What else do we have here? We've got all the body vent panels. Now all these louvers, probably easier to paint those from both sides to get the colour through all the vents. They are all open, as you can see through there. But again, there's a bit of resin flashing on these parts, so they all will need a clean up also, and yeah, they will actually just drop into the body like so. I think that one goes that way. You get the idea anyway. It's probably backwards, maybe that way. Anyway, that's something I'll look at, whether I fit those before I paint the body or just paint them separately. Maybe put some carbon on them, that would be cool. So that's all the vents there. I guess that looks like a radiator because it's got all the lines and grooves in it. So I'd say that's for the underside of the fan shroud. So that looks about right, something like that. What else do we have here? We've got the headlight buckets. So these fit into the body. So we've got the left and the right headlight. They're actually moulded quite well. They don't need much of a cleanup. We've got the wheel hubs. So this is what glues into the chassis, and then the wheels fix onto those. So they're your typical sort of wheel hubs. Got some other pieces here. Not quite sure what those pieces are yet. We'll have to get into the build and see what they are. Again, another weird, oh, that looks like an exhaust pipe or a muffler, these two here. So yeah, I think that's what they are, little exhaust mufflers. So they'll go in the back of the car. This looks like a dry sump tank or a large catch can. So that'll fit in there somewhere also. We've got some other little bits and pieces that I'm not sure. This is just like a box with a latch. Another little piece here. There's no instruction sheet that comes with this kit, so you're sort of on your own a little bit with working out what goes where. We do have some brake calipers. Yep, brake calipers here, front and rear. So there's 4 resin calipers. They look pretty good, the castings on them. Don't need too much cleanup. Of course, we've got a steering wheel, so we've got the race steering wheel. We've got the gear shifter and gear shifter linkage. Maybe these are mostly interior parts. These look like little center lock nuts for the racing wheels. We'll hold on to those. And then we've got these really cool shaped side mirrors. So I really love the shape of these things. How they've got a bit of a gooseneck to them. So they're the side mirrors. So space for a little reflector in the back of there. And we've just got a couple of other little pieces, so not sure what these little pieces are. But yeah, that's basically overall the whole kit. So as you can see, it doesn't have an engine as such in this one, whereas the P45 Pininfarina does have a full engine, just because this is based on the Enzo. So basically the same engine as the Enzo, but this Competizione does not have showing engine, but it'll be nice to have these two models side by side, so it should be interesting to get this one built and show you guys how it came together, if I had any little issues with it. But yeah, that's basically it. I've got a couple of models to build before I have a chance to start this one, so stay tuned on the channel. And keep an eye out for it. So I'll give some updates on my Facebook and Instagram when I start to build this one. But as I say, I have a couple of models to build before I start this one. But I just thought I'd show you the kit, do a bit of an unboxing, show you all the detailed parts that are in it. And yeah, anyone that's digs this car, maybe go and check out modelk.com and grab one of these kits for yourself. Maybe a few more of these will pop up on eBay as well. So yeah, that's basically it for today's review and unboxing of this Glickenhaus P45 Competizione. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget to smash that like button, and you can also follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram. All the links to those pages are on the homepage of this YouTube channel. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's unboxing of this pretty cool new kit of the Glickenhaus P45 Competizione. I don't think many models of this car have been made by many manufacturers at all. Maybe some high-end resin ones a long while ago. So this is nice to be able to build one at an affordable price. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll let everyone know through social media when I start the build of this. Otherwise, just keep an eye out for the completion videos when they hit the channel later this year. So thanks for watching today's video. Until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Car.
Perfect.